Hey man, say man, back at y'all again today, man, with another video. Guys, today this video is going to be teaching you how to smoke a Texas style brisket. Now, yes, I know I don't have a smoker, but if you offset your coals in wood, this brisket will smoke just fine. So here we have a USDA Select. I guess this is a 15-pound brisket, and we're going to be smoking this guy for at least 16 hours. Guys, for our smoke here, we have mesquite coals and pecan wood. And all you're really going to need for your seasoning is black pepper and some salt. I do also have a little custom rub I do like to make. Some people like to use a binder, but I don't really think a brisket needs a binder. That's just me. But in case you do, here is some sweet and hot mustard. Go ahead and put a very, very thin coating on this brisket all the way around before you season her up. Here's how it looks out of the bag. What a perfect cut of meat. We're going to do some justice on this. Might chop off some silver skin real fast before we get in and season it up. Now, if you're watching this video, I assume you probably already know how to start a fire. But if you don't, go ahead and stack up some charcoal right there in the center, pretty tall, and then you'll surround it with whatever wood you're going to use to smoke. Once those coals hash over, you will go ahead and begin to fold in some of that wood. Let that wood start smoking up real nice, and that's how you get that thick smoke. Guys, make sure you season every single side of your meat. But that's what mine looks like, all rubbed down. Nothing left to do here but to get it on that grill. And here's what we're looking like, guys. That thing does barely fit, but it will start to shrink down as it cooks. So ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get it smoking. We are at the 2-hour mark now at this point. Just went ahead and added a little bit more wood and coals to the grill. We're still smoking. This is 2 hours out of probably 14 to 16 hours. So just continuing on the process. I'll pick it up every 2 hours. Here's the update. Got more coals added. Starting to pick up the smoke again. Once again, that bark's starting to form. I did rotate it slightly, but you can see we're gonna let this go for about 2 hours. Add some wood here and there, and I'll pick it up in another 2 hours. All right, we are about 6 hours in. Let's see what it's looking like. That bark is definitely starting to form there. Beautiful bark coming in. Probably gonna go ahead and add some more coals and some more wood to what we got going on here. But overall, it's looking great. Only 8 hours left now. Oh yeah, got that thing going. Mesquite coals and pecan wood. Should carry us into the sunlight. All right, guys, here we are at the halfway mark so far. Bark is coming along nicely. Time to add some more fuel to this fire. Since I don't have a smoker, guys, here's what it looks when I'm adding more fuel to the fire. I'm just getting that fire built back up, and then I'm gonna throw it back together. All right, guys, I got a few other things that will be thrown on the grill as well. First up, we have this beautifully dry brine steak. It's been dry brine for 24 hours. And we also have some queso blanco in the works. This will be smoked for an hour. This might be just probably smoked for like 30 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on how hot it gets. Of course, we got to hit that steak with my famous rub as well. Now let's get that thing thrown on warm in there. So here's how the steak's looking after about an hour. A little bit charred to it. Not really going for a bark on a steak. One thing I like to do with my steak is do a finishing sear on some cast iron. So that's exactly what we're going to do. That way we can introduce some butter. Here's what it's looking like. Again, that bark still being built up. Just added some more fuel to the fire. About 6 more hours and it should be good to go. All right, guys, we are on the home stretch now. Only about 4 hours left to go and this thing is looking amazing. Right now we are sitting at about 150. And check out what happens when I pull out the thermometer. Yeah, she's juicy like Lucy. This thing sure is looking beautiful, y'all. I cannot wait to cut into this. She added some more fuel to the fire. Here's how the steak came out. Wasn't able to smoke it for as long as I'd like to because it was pretty hot in there. But I think it still got the point across. All right, guys. Yes, you got it. There's only 4 hours left on this brisket here. So it's time to go ahead and wrap it up in foil or butcher paper, whatever you got, and let it cook for the last. To wrap this brisket, I'm using a combination of a thick, sturdy pizza pan, 2 spatulas to transfer it over, and then of course a lot of foil. Here's what it's looking like so far, guys. It's just a beautiful cut of meat, perfectly smoked, going in for its last couple hours. We've got that brisket nice and wrapped up. Go ahead and take some time to tend to your fire, spread out those coals if you need to, and add some more wood. All right, guys, we got those coals spread out, wood on top. Time to throw that brisket back on in there. Got that brisket back on there, and we also added in some queso blanco. In about 30 minutes or an hour, that queso will be nice and smoked up. I was getting pretty tired at this point, so I forgot to give a queso update, but here's how it came out. Just about 2 more hours, and this bad boy will be done. All right, guys, we are on the home stretch. This is the last hour. This brisket will be on the grill. I am gonna go ahead and rotate this piece of meat just because this side already seems to be a 190. This side still is a little cold, so we're gonna bring that up to 1. Our Texas style brisket. I vented the grill because it needed a little bit more heat. Now let's go ahead and see what temperature we're reading here, guys. Look at that, 192 there. Just have another test hole over here. 186 there. 15 more minutes. This bad boy's coming up. It's gotten extremely windy out here, so you probably won't even see the smoke, but there we have it. 16-hour smoked brisket up and ready to go. That's what it's looking like, guys. 16 hours later, the brisket is off of the grill. Time to let this bad boy rest, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. All right, guys, and there you have it. We have a perfect 190 degrees, and the brisket is on its way to rest. All right, guys, it is done resting. It's been resting for an hour. Got our knife here, about to carve this thing up. Let's go ahead and peel this back to see what the bark is looking like after all that time. Looking pretty good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, the only thing I had big enough to hold this monster brisket was this, I guess, a pizza dish or a baking dish. So we're gonna go ahead and just slice it up on there, see what it's looking like. But as you can see, this thing is full of moisture, has that nice jiggle to it. That's how I tell if it is good to go. So I know it was done right. Let's hope the flavor's there. Before, after. All right, guys, here it goes. The first cut on this 16-hour brisket. Let's see what it looks like. And it cuts like butter. Go for it. And that, guys, is about all there is to making your Texas style brisket. Like I said, I didn't have a smoker. I just had a plain grill, and I did cook that for 16 hours on there. Came out fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck if you try this yourself, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.